Okay, hello, and welcome. Let's start it on the chaos difficulty. Hello and welcome to Extreme Gameplays, where I play games stylishly. Today is gonna be another attempt or practice or episode of the God of War 3 one-hit KO. If I take one hit, the entire game restarts. I'm back to the start basically. I'm setting up the stream right now, which I should be set up in like 30 seconds. By the time I'm set up, the cutscene is gonna be over. And we're gonna be fighting some fools. So yeah, let me just set up the stream real quick. And I'm gonna pull up to the after party. I know it kind of feels like a jump scare, this whole live stream. I just suddenly had the urge to stream. Mood swings are swinging harder than my right hook. But yeah, I figured the best thing to do right now is do some OHKO and hang out with you guys. Let me just share the stream to Twitter, and we should be Gucci. We already got some viewers. That's awesome. Hashtag God of War, God Awful 3. One hit KO stream. Alright, now we're perfectly fine and set up. Let's see. That's awesome. A surprising stream indeed, true gamer. Ballin', yo, hello, yo Zesty, what up Zesty? Welcome, everybody, welcome to the stream. Zesty, become a dark magician and evolve your blades. So, last stream we made it to Hades. And that guy sent me back to the lobby instantly. This stream is gonna be a lot more focused. I'm kinda ready to get back to Hades, but it's not gonna be a lot of me screaming and creaming and whatever. I was about to do a Pain Plus, but you started streaming. You can still do the Pain Plus. Me taking L's are the highlights of these streams. So do something in the background. Streams are long. You can't fast forward them. You can't put this video on 1.5 speed. That's what I usually do for videos. It's better. Do some Soulsborne videos. That area of videos on YouTube is covered. Starting early today, I see. Yes, Mr. Right. You're right. That area, every area of Soulsborne games is covered on YouTube. Like you have the lore dudes covered. You have challenge runners, level 1 runs, butt naked runs, category runs covered. You have speed runners covering the speedrun part of the community. You have casuals. Everything is covered. I'm good at this thing. I'm very good. So I should just keep on doing this. Not that I'm not doing anything else, but I'm just saying. Boom. So this first room is not so hard, which is awesome. Good work in our favor. In OHKO, everything has the chance to end your run. And it's one full segment. Not one full sitting. Unless I get to actually somewhere far, then might as well finish it, right? But I can hypothetically reach a certain point, like maybe 4 hours into a stream and I'm feeling fatigued. I will end the stream and pick it up tomorrow. It's fine. It's just that it's one segment. It's one entire run without ever restarting the checkpoint or falling to my death or getting hit, which is basically death. Pro tip, grab what? Grab Hades' claws as they kill me with a double hit. Which the lore reason behind that is kind of interesting. Yesterday's stream was a baller stream of God of War 3 OHKO. I made it to Hades. I was doing pretty good. I got my new personal best, which was Hades. I was so ready to beat him. And he hit me like 3 seconds into the battle. And I learned something new. And is that his attack that he does where he just whips out the claws, hits them on the ground once and then extends one that hits from afar. That second hit is actually a double hit. So even in death, you learn things, I guess. Like I learned to not let go of block after blocking that attack now. Still wish I never died there, but then again, if I didn't die, I wouldn't have learned that thing. So it was a good thing that I got hit with that attack. Surprised Dante, my bro, where are you? It's fine if a lot of you guys don't pull up. There's no warning before the stream. This one I just felt like doing. I've died once to this horse. I think twice actually, not just once. What I'm doing is I'm attacking with triangle and spinning instantly, hitting him 4 times in the process. I think he's done. Yes. And now in here we gotta play it either way too much to the left or way too much to the right. You can't be in the middle. See, so that when he does this, you move out of the way. And God of War 3's combat is so awesome that it allows you to move out of the way with your attacks. So you're punishing while moving out of the way. Like this. And I'm dead. The thing is, I stayed in the middle way too much, allowing it way too much leniency for its breath attack. So it had every chance to kind of redirect it back to me. I played too much in the middle there. You know, I should have kept on attacking on one of the sides, either left or right, only upwards. Instead, what I was doing was moving to the right, then to the left. So I took way too long transitioning from the left side of the wall to the right side. That by the time I made it to the right side, the horse already decided, okay, you're right here, I'm gonna breathe right here. And it killed me like that. That's a fine L. See, in these streams, I am going to restart if I die early on. Hell, I might restart 3 to 4 times if I die in the prologue or maybe early on in Hades. I am restarting. I'm not restarting, however, when I'm kind of making it far into the run. Like maybe up to Hades or whatever. See, that takes long already. Why really extend the stream? And if you see me really job a lot in the prologue, like restarting 4 times, 5 times would be a deadline, I'm sure. I might as well end the stream there then as well, because I wouldn't be feeling like playing. So when I don't feel like playing, I'm playing bad. No Discord, no strict schedule, still adored by many people. Respectfully, you're a Giga Chad, basically. Thank you very much. I do have, yeah, I don't have a schedule, a strict schedule. I do have warnings before streams though, like, yo, I'm gonna stream today, or you know, tonight at 8 PM GMT +3, that sort of stuff. How are you not gonna get hit from Aphrodite's boss? That's an interesting question. We're gonna avoid her completely. Stop talking about what happened. Beat Hades first. Try prove you have a big penis. I sorta did prove that I can beat. What's his face? This asshole, this purple guy right here. I did prove that I can beat him without taking damage right after taking damage. Like I restarted, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna prove to you guys that I can beat him without taking a hit. And I did prove so. It was just, no. The cutscene makes restarting a pain. Yeah, sure. It's a good thing that I'm streaming this, so even these cutscenes are not so bothersome. It's the same thing I said about the speedrun of this game, the any percent speedrun. It's 1 hour long. I think like 20 minutes or 30 minutes of the said 1 hour is all cutscenes. But it's just fine. Since on a stream, like, I can interact with you guys. Hi bro, it's been a long time. I'm not watching your streaming. Oh, it's fine, man. Welcome, Shabran Akbar. My first viewer of the channel and commenter of the channel. This magic attack is the safest thing here. So these guys, you might be like, why waste magic on these fellas? And I'm like, you sorta should. Just be safe and don't underestimate anyone. You totally cannot underestimate anyone in this game. Anyone could hypothetically slap you out of something. Like these guys, I've died once at the infinite magic trial when you first get the magic. Why? Because they can grab me. And they just grabbed me while I was standing in the middle of them. The moment I pressed R2 for the attack, one grabbed me. That was it. That was the run. Did you ever notice some of the places you see in the intro, places you go and fight at in the game? Yes. Of course I've noticed that. I have a full video. I don't know if you've seen it, Zig. It's called Sceneries in God of War. The games show you somewhere far, and you actually get there eventually. Not every scenery works like that, but it's just very nice. God of War 2 has the most impressive one. You should really check out that video. I'm not even gonna spoil the whole God of War 2 thing. When he got hit in previous stream, I screamed so hard. Same, man. No, not same actually. For me, it was the look of despair instantly. It wasn't that deep. I just took it like a champ. Do it the safest way, Zesty, man. That's what I should do. So there are a lot of strats that I know of, like the Poseidon Punish or some other things that I can try out in other encounters. It's just that I'm not gonna be trying them because there's the risk of me being sloppy copy. Now for real, there's the risk of me not executing the punish and the positioning might be off and I might get a hit. I might get hit. It is just OHKO, remember. Yeah. See, you should keep on attacking on one side. Eventually you should move on to the right like this by attacking. See? It's the same philosophy on the wall as well, which, speaking of the wall, I'm sure I'll get him this time. I'm doing good here. So I'm gonna focus and not actually get hit. Not on the wall, not even on the ground while fighting him. There you go. Don't underestimate anyone. Also Zesty. Hold on, let's see. I'm gonna read that in just a second. See, just move out of the way with jumps sometimes. It's fine. See this time? I stayed on the right while it's completely locked on to the right side of the arena. Then I moved on. And I got hit again. Thing is, I'm kind of getting nervous and staying in the middle. That's why I'm taking these hits. The look of despair on this man. Don't underestimate anyone. Also Zesty. I am good at Hades. Leaves block button mid attack. Thing is, it's like, as I said, I just learned that it's a double hit. I got it mixed up with another attack that he does. You know, in his, I guess, third stage. So you fight him at first, then he gets into a position where he's still in there. Then you beat him again, beat his meat, and then he's back looming around the arena and fighting you. He has an attack where he goes left, right, and does a kind of X-type move to knock you back. I kind of got it mixed up with that attack. I was like, I'm just gonna air block once, it's one hit, get behind and punish. But no, that was totally not the case. I blocked, let go of block instantly thinking it's just one hit. Instead, it's just one that hits you in the air and two when the claws slam down the ground. 2 hits. That's how I learned. There are no L's when Zesty streams. Yeah, these are no L's. I never lose, I just learn. My Wi-Fi is kind of shit. I don't know if I can watch full stream. It's fine, man. It is what it is. Don't let pride lose your composure. The thing is, I'm jobbing twice to this horse, not because of lack of skill. Right now, it's because of lack of what is it called? I guess it's focus. Like, I'm kind of scared to commit to some stuff. What up? The IJP Mexican is here. Yo, been a minute. Gone Hunter is here. Welcome. I only called you when it's 5:30. Today's my birthday. Happy birthday, Shao Kahn. So this time I'm pretty confident that I am gonna be able to beat him. This time should be good. The horse is not challenging. I think I've gotten hit once before this stream by that wall encounter. which is gonna be interesting to die at some weird or spots that are gonna be memorable when I eventually beat this OHKO. You heard me right, when I beat the OHKO. I will beat it. I am committed completely to beating it. So let's see. Lack of Zaza of Olympus. Why didn't finish no merchant runs, Zesty man? It was a very good time for it. Nah. Again, I've spoken about this before. Resident Evil 4 is one of those type of games for me that are so good. But it's only like a portion of my year where I just constantly play it. And then I switch back to just playing God of War or some other games. It's the same with Bayonetta. Bayonetta is one hell of a game. I really like it. Amazing mechanics, amazing everything. And yet, I'm not constantly playing it. Know what I mean? Like, for how good Bayonetta is, you'd think that I would constantly play it. But no. And Resident Evil is the same thing. Is this the 5th run today? This is the 3rd attempt? The 3rd run of the attempt today. Bayonetta 3 goated. Still haven't played Bayonetta 3. I've played Bayonetta 1. Played Bayonetta 2. Which 2 gives me so many God of War 2 or just basically God of War vibes. Like the start is just so epic and things are happening left and right. You fight a big colossal boss. It's really awesome. Have you ever played Sekiro? I love Sekiro. It's my favorite FromSoft game. One hell of a game. I love it very much. Best God of War game is Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. That is scientifically the best God of War game. You cannot argue with that. You either have that opinion or you're wrong. I have 100+ hours, I think. In Bayonetta 3. I heard people complaining about the combat changes and all that, but I kinda like it. From what I've seen though, I haven't played it. Still waiting to play it to see. All are epic. Bayonetta 1 kinda, I don't know, it is kinda epic. You're on the back of a, you're on a house that is falling or whatever. But I feel like Bayonetta 2 just fills you right in. Moon River, I'm crossing you in style. The combat's good, of course it is. It's Bayonetta. Japanese game developers are just one hell of a thing, man. I think it's over. There we go. 2 is the worst in my opinion. I know why you put kinda what you put in that how you kind of worded out the worst in your sentence. I see why you did that. It's just your least favorite. Meaning it's still good, but not as good as 1 or 3. There we go, we're past that. Again, it wasn't a matter of challenge, it was just me not focusing. Like right now, we're kind of good. And it's done. That's that. I want to fill Bayonetta right in, if you know what I mean. Okay, I know what you mean. Please don't mean that again. Check out Sid Narox. He is the best Bayonetta player. I'm sure there's a whole community of vets for Bayonetta. I myself am not a vet in that game. Like, I haven't done a no upgrade one or a more insane thing, like, I've finished non-stop infinite climax twice. Again, I swear I had a phase in my life where I would just constantly play Bayonetta 1. Like, it was obsessive. It was insane how much I would play that game. Like, I had it on my Nintendo Switch. I actually didn't have it on my Nintendo Switch. I got my Nintendo Switch specifically for Bayonetta 2. So I was playing it for a portion of my life on the Xbox One. Got Nintendo Switch just to kind of play Bayonetta 2. Almost took a hit there. But not today, son. And so at that time I was constantly playing Bayonetta, and I made a community post saying, yo, Bayonetta 2 is the best thing in the world. It's better than Bayonetta 1. Wrong, of course. And then I, for whatever reason, just had another urge to return back to Bayonetta 1. Played it a lot on my Xbox One. I got so obsessed with it again, you know, after, you know, just kind of observing what's happening in that game and why a lot of people say it's better than 2. I kept on playing both, and I slowly kind of understood why. It's just the enemies, man. The whole hit properties in 1 are better. The enemy hit reaction is better. Just a lot of things. Anyways, I got so obsessed with it to the point where I bought it on my Nintendo Switch as well, which, yes, that means I still have it on 2 platforms. Like, the game is so good. And I kept playing it. I finished non-stop Infinite Climax once on the Xbox One, once on the Nintendo Switch. That was a phase of my life where I kept on playing it. It was actually insane. And then it suddenly stopped. Like, I haven't played it in a hot minute. I even decided to do a lot of challenge runs in that game. Like, I wanted to do a no upgrade run plus on Bayonetta 1. Never got around to doing so. Have you ever played Xenogears? No, I haven't. There are a few games which you can play for eternity. For me, that game is God of War 2. For me, it's God of War 1, 2, 3. And some other God of Wars as well. But define eternity, though. Why not hit him with the magic? Let's just hit him with the magic, because why not? I'm going with Valor there so that I can block if he does a weird attack where he starts approaching us. This area right here is safe, as you see me attack him from there. Boom, it's done. No, we're good. The great thing about this whole OHKO thing is that I haven't failed against some specific spots ever. For all the runs that I've done, never failed against Poseidon, for example. What's gonna be the worst encounter on this one for God of War 3? The worst meaning the most difficult. I don't know, man. There are a lot that can mess me up pretty good. You never know when a harpy might tap you in the middle of a normal encounter. It's that fucked up. Stop that breath attack. It surprisingly never did the attack where it starts approaching, like with the right set of claws, the left ones, and then the right ones, and then just stands on top of the platform. Does the breath attack. Kronos will give him a run for his money. First of all, welcome to the stream, Haristo Zimnas. Second of all, I'm sure there are sketchy spots that you never know, but there are spots that you're sure are difficult to absolutely no damage, and I'm gonna have to practice those. I don't have a lot of magic to enter Poseidon's fight. It is what it is, though. I know the strat on how to avoid his 3-stab thingy. So if he does it, I'm ready. But I'd still prefer having magic and popping magic whenever he does it. Was playing The Last of Us 2 No Upgrade 1 Plus, but now here to enjoy some gameplay from the best game in the world. Hello Zesty, hello chat, thank you very much. A triangle. Welcome to the stream where we stream the best game in the world. How many attempts you gonna do? Let's see, like if I get far enough to Hades again, that's where the stream is gonna end. If I die on Poseidon, I'm gonna restart. Every encounter with a lot of sentries or remains who grab the whole time will be dangerous. Basically meaning every encounter can be dangerous. P2 doesn't have the advancing crawl. What P2? Oh, imagine if I clipped through the map right there. That would have hella sucked. Like that would have hella sucked. I love that specific attack, this one where he turns the blades twice. This one, right into this, is the best thing. It covers a huge area. It's kind of cyclonic as well. You can make it cyclonic like this. See how it hit, like it covered this entire area, this whole thing. This is the best thing. It just hits them twice to kind of keep them steady. Like following it up with a plume is really nice. Like if you know and you're precise with your shit. Like I'm precise and I know that I'm gonna touch 1 or 2 enemies with that. That's why I instantly follow it up with a plume. Like I'm sure I can follow it up with that. Shit, I'm late? You're not late. We're still at Poseidon. The prologue is kind of perfected so far. Like I haven't jobbed hard, you know. There aren't really a lot of spots where I'm actually struggling. It's just something stupid that I do from time to time. Like I failed twice against that wall segment in the first wars. It happens. Hello everyone, welcome Sleepy Killer. Hi Dimitri. S4 the best? Yes, the best. See, like against Poseidon, I've never failed before. We're gonna get a slight refill on our magic, so that should be good. Not a full magic bar, but still. Down. Now on to the hardest part in this whole fight. Not sure if Xenogears is one such example. I have exams tomorrow, gonna miss you. Take care, man. I hope you kinda do good at your exams. Set an example for these fools. So here's a better punish for this thing. Just jump and do Cyclone of Chaos while facing away from him. Not sure, but it might deal more damage than hugging the wall and battling him out. Go ahead, do the 3 stabs. I have all the magic ready to fuck you up. It's good. He's not doing the stabs a lot. A lot. Okay, I think climbing the wall would be better. It's just that you score a lot of hits and it's less risky. Like I'm slowly trying to kind of get close from him when he's doing that. You know, with the Cyclone of Chaos, I'm trying to make every hit count. On the wall, you're kind of safe. You can do it however you want, but it's good. See, like, Poseidon is one I've never failed against, which is awesome. Imagine if this if it just turns into a whole thing with this OHKO. Where I never lose against Poseidon. He's just simply the ultimate jobber. There's still the QTE that might mess me up after this last phase. So it's technically not over. And trust me, I've failed QTEs. Just do wall punish, just knowing the damage values. God, my god, would have made it clear if their Cyclone of Chaos is better. Yeah, honestly, why even bother with Cyclone of Chaos? I'm sure the wall attacks deal way sweeter damage. And that's that. What is your favorite Dragon Ball game? Dragon Ball Fighters. But then that's a hard question. I guess it's not Fighters. It's either Budokai 3 or... I don't know, man. There's also Xenoverse 2. Fighters. Dragon Ball Fighters is my favorite Dragon Ball game. It's more of a traditional fighting game, but damn is it good. The story sucks. Huge doo-doo balls. But it is what it is. Barely managed 10 hits. Wall punish will be a better option. Yes, and the damage is better. It's just better. It can't be worse than this. Ristos, is ball damage square same as regular square and vice versa with triangle? It's not the same. I'm sure it deals more damage. This moment coming up. Alright, hold on. I'm actually gonna play something while this goes on. Just hold up a second. See if I even have it. I don't have it. I wish I had it on my laptop. I would have played it instantly, but I don't. Actually, on the other hand, hold up. I think I have it somewhere else. And you're gonna see what I mean in just a second. Let's play it just for the giggles. Nah, the timing is... Ah! Ah! I failed the OHKO! Why did I forget this is an OHKO? Whatever, I'm gonna keep on going. Now, you know what? I know what I'm gonna turn this stream into. I'm not gonna restart. I'm gonna turn this stream into a practice for the underworld. I there for a second forgot that this is an OHKO, and I totally forgot that this is a QTE that I have to do. Dumbest Zesty. Legit the dumbest Zesty has ever been. Like, you cannot get dumber than that. I tried to play something that fits the whole fight. What I did was completely forgetting that the game is being played. Legit, I've never been this dumb before. I'll allow it. No, it's not about allowing it. Whatever. Let's just practice the underworld today. See if I can one segment the underworld. See if these guys can actually damage me. Let's see. This guy can hit me, but can he damage me though? Make it a normal stream? Yeah, I'm just gonna practice Hades. Okay, they don't damage. They do not damage. I damage, however. This isn't new go. No more attempts. It's fine. Let's... Actually, it's not fine. You know what? It's 7:30. Let's start another attempt. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Darwin knows. Yes, Darwin should know. Where is Vante? This reminds me of something. Yes, Darwin, it reminds you of something. Now keep that mouth shut. Truly a zesty moment. That was the dumbest I've ever been. What I wanted to do was sync it up with my phone's audio. The audio was completely not synced. And I failed the whole OHKO. It's fine, these moments are lovely on a stream. It'd be easier to test with Fear Kratos. Why? You just don't take a single tick of damage. That's just how it is. The only lost soul that can damage you is the one in the Gorgon Serpent introduction. And it's a forced damage. In the new God of War for OHKO, can we just make a manual save for the first combat encounter? Sadly... Oh, actually, yeah. You're talking about God of War 4 or Ragnarok. That's how I start my games. Yeah, it's fine. I never start on a fresh new save. I start at the encounter right after Kratos yells at Atreus. We be Bing chilling tonight. Yes, it is. It is Bing chilling night. Aristo's favorite God of War game. Mine is 3. I'm getting 1 and 2 soon. His favorite is God of War 4. You should ask him. DMC 1, 2, DMC reboot story makes God of War 3 and God of War Session look the best. Like, come on. I mean, that's kind of a way too low of a bar. Like, God of War 3 does have themes in its story and it's so good. It's just that it's kind of fumbling the bag in some spots. Like, Kratos is just at a point right now where he's completely broken. No trust in anyone. Kinda taking way too late to really regain his humanity by the end with Pandora. But yeah, this is a Kratos that is kind of not even in his brain. This is a Kratos that haven't slept in a lot of days, so I guess psychosis, am I right? No, he's a legitimate psycho in this game. I kind of saw it in a Berserk commentary once. How Guts' actions are not really moral or not even close to moral. What am I saying? It's just that he does a lot of his actions because he doesn't know what's right anymore. Because of lack of sleep. A lot of other problems as well, like he's mentally done. But still. And it's the same with Kratos. I suppose the lack of sleep made him do what he did to the Princess of Poseidon. Who knows? Like, that was completely uncalled for. Kratos could have used literally anything but that lady. I'm sure something happened in the development of that whole section. It's a really nice segment full of combat scenarios and stuff. Really awesome, creative combat scenarios. I'm sure earlier on in the development, it was planned that, you know, you only have the princess and you can rescue her through a puzzle. That's how you're gonna use her to open the gate. Like, there would be no other choice. She's the only piece of meat that you can use to hold the gate open. I suppose that.
Something has me. I cannot move, Kratos. Free me.
I'm usually the one hating. And so yeah, I'm sure something happened in development and someone was like, why isn't there no combat in here? Because old God of War is a Chad and they included combat in everywhere. Just lovely things. That undead that I carry around every time is my lucky charm. And so that's what I truly believe, because that was so, I don't know. A lot of people pointed out as well, like, you could have used literally anything. like anything to hold that gate. You could have lifted it. I'm sure earlier on in development they were like, let's kind of make it so Kratos has no other choice but to sacrifice this lady. There must be something like that going on. It's either that or dark comedy. For twisted people to laugh at, like me. Who knows? It is funny. In a very twisted, dark, shitty way, it is funny. It's not funny as in, y'all, you should check this out, it's so insanely funny. It's funny like when you think about it afterwards, like she's like, Lord Kratos, don't leave me. And you know, afterwards it sounds so funny. Like in the moment you're like, oh my god, what a horrifying thing to happen. But like after you see the whole thing, you're like, what the fuck? Damage means resetting the game. I just demonstrated it. I took a hit for someone in the chat who asked. There is no need for Hristos to say that. We are hating nonetheless. It's almost like God of War has always had the forced sacrifice segments, but in 3 it's a woman, so now it's really bad. Now look. For this one I'm gonna have to disagree, IJP. It's like, it's not the fact that it's a woman. Obviously that did boost whoever was kind of complaining about the whole thing. Oh, sexism against women, huh? People who totally didn't play God of War 1 to see that one Athenian gets sacrificed in the cage. People who clearly didn't play God of War 2 to see Kratos put that guy in the crusher. Like, even then people could have said, well, why didn't he put the Gorgon in the crusher? Well, why didn't he flat out attack the crusher? Why did he need to send that guy to the crusher? I'm sure to jam the whole wheel thingies, but still. Funny reference. One wall horse. Yeah, I've died 3 times on that wall thing. It is better because it is a woman. Variety is good. Nah. It's just how out of nowhere it is, I guess. I don't know. In God of War 1 it made the most sense. God of War 2, again, people could make the excuse of why didn't Kratos use the Gorgon? There's a Gorgon assassin that you fight right before getting what's his face? I don't know if he's named Jason. I truly wish he's named Jason. But in 3, it's like, you went through all that trouble just to get that one human body to do this to. And again, it is dark comedy. Like, you can't make that shit up. There is no way you can reason with that. There were multitudes of enemies that he could have used. Just no. The Spartan was dying, so it didn't matter. He wasn't dying. He wasn't dying. Let's not lie to ourselves. Which God of War graphics do you think is better for me, 3 and Ragnarok? I mean, fidelity is objectively way better in God of War 4 and Ragnarok. Those are PS4 and PS5 games. This one though, the art style. Also the graphics are so good, so. Especially Kratos' character model. It is the most detailed thing in the world right now. Kratos literally don't care about your gender. He knows there's only 2. He treats both equally. And he screams letting you know, huh? And so Kratos doing that in 3, the only way I can ever justify it is he's diagnosed with psychosis. And you should kind of look it up what psychosis is. So he's doing stuff that he's not sure why, right? Like when he was holding Pandora's hand, one thing in his brain is saying, I'm never gonna let this girl go. Something else in his brain is saying, why am I doing this? It's the thing Guts says in the first episode of the Black Swordsman arc. What am I doing here? Why am I doing this? Lack of sleep, years of torture. You can never really put yourself in Kratos' shoes or sandals. And so he did what he did most of the time. Like, even in God of War 1, most of his actions are horrible towards innocents. But in 3 is where it gets to the extreme where he's completely lost it. Like, that's a man you do not want to tick. And then Gaia comes up and she's like, this is our war, not yours. That was the worst time she could have chosen to betray him. Every time is bad to betray Kratos. But in this game, he's a... Notice how he's like a silent serial killer. Just silently killing gods. The whole time pounding Hercules' head. Doesn't even utter a single scream. He's just silently pounding the man's face to death. That's what psychosis does. The man is constantly going through action. You know, he's smashing his face in like seconds after negotiating. Not seconds, I guess minutes after negotiating with the man. And so a lot of his actions in 3, like, not even he knows why he did it. He knows it's bad. He knows it's wrong. Still does it. That's the idea of psychosis. You're kind of lost. You can never put yourself in Kratos' signed heirs and us. His heirs and us. Best in the world. Look in my eyes. What do you see? Not this time, idiot. Thank God it was over. I'm sure I would have evaded that attack, but it's still risky, frisky. It was zesty. Good thing I canceled that spirit, even though I still think I would have made it in time. Don't you love this battle of positioning? I'm punishing this fool while evading his attacks with my attacks. Air Zimnas. Imagine Zesty becoming a playable character in a God of War game. No, don't imagine that. Bro is not a Triss. Give me that jawline! In God of War 3, he completely lost his mind. Pandora kind of made him regain some. Not even Pandora made him regain some. Like, solve this situation to me. Let's say you're a judge, Mr. Belikov Dimitri. Which I love the name Dimitri. I'm gonna name my son Dimitri. You're officially my son now. Gifting signed Air Zimnas after beating the OHKO. Let's go! There's all the motivation I needed to do this OHKO. True gamer, yes. Reminding them. So yeah, Mr. Dimitri. Not riddling me this, what the hell. But just like solve this whole situation for me. What was Kratos trying to do? Was he truly trying to redeem himself? If so, redeem what? Redeem who? Like, he knows better than everyone how lost he is and how delusional he is. Like, it's insane getting up to that point. And then I have another question for you. Pandora, like, what exactly was he trying to do there? One side of him knew it was the only way to open the box to kill Zeus. What finding other way? No finding other way. Something in his brain was like, okay, I need this girl, I'm gonna sacrifice her. Wow, something new. To unlock the box. Something else in his brain suddenly hit and he's like, I cannot do this. And even later on, he wanted that thing to happen. He wanted her to fall into the box. Yet he was still holding onto her hands, not letting her go. Holding her hand. Pandora, no! No what? There, you stopped her. Then what? Man wasn't thinking straight at all. Lulu cameo. Did you hear her or what? Do the back kick. Imagine if he hits me. Nah. We good. We moving. I'm glad I got this strat kind of down. Even though this is a really nice encounter. And it's dangerous. And I have to be careful to no damage. But it is what it is. Yeah, fuck Pandora. It's not even that. The man literally just doesn't know what he wants. And that's why I'm kind of justifying it, saying it's all... Hold on, this is way too vibrant. There. Rage of the Gods, only forgettable one would sound cool. Pure carnage, I know. Since the damage is totally insane. Bye, I have studies tomorrow, is exams week. Goodbye, Dimitri. Let's speed this process up. Riding with the boys and girls and we're high. Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Huh? It's done. Do very hard, no upgrade run plus. Are you giving advice to anyone in the chat? Zesty, can you recommend me some beginner challenges in God of War 3? Oh, so Zimnas was answering that guy. Yeah. Simple boy. After doing a very hard run, which I assume you already have done, do a no upgrade run. Like that is the best area to start. And just explore, you know, have fun. Try to solve things. It's over. What if school teaches you Greek mythology in a cool way? There is absolutely no way you'd be interested. It's kind of the thing that kids, not kids, I guess, a lot of this generation that we're living in, they say that. Like, yo, school is useless. Why didn't they prepare me for taxes? Why didn't they... My teacher never told me that! How to buy a Lambo cash? How to... buy a Bentley? No. You wouldn't be interested in lessons where they teach you how to save money, how to keep money. Like that's a whole world out of your league. You're a kid, you're getting what? $1 a day from your father before going to school, or your parent or your father figure. And just having a teacher explain to you what to do with like all the bills, the debt, the money, the thing, the shit. No. And now, since you've grown up, seeing how interesting these mythologies are, they wouldn't be interesting if even the best teacher was teaching them. They would be interesting. But you as a kid don't really have much interest in this. You might have interest in all this. But it's not a lot to the point where you're like, man, I wish they taught us this. Zesty playing on the PS5. I don't get that much smoke on screen when playing on my PS3. Is there more smoke on the PS5? Where there's smoke, there is PS5. See, I could have skipped this cutscene, man. Fuck, the speedrun's dead. I'm playing on the PS5. Yes, Moonville. Ah, I thought he would stay alive in there. For him to potentially kill me. And fail. That happens if you jump, attack with something, and then grapple. 1, 2, 3. I'm back, honey! Why everyone pronounces Dante as Dante, except me? How do you pronounce it, Danny? I've heard Eminem pronounce Dante as Danny. Dante. As a kid, God of War games got me interested in Greek mythology. Yeah, me too, because they were games. But entering a history lesson, and someone just says, there's this guy with gray, whitish hair who fucks cows. And you're just sitting there as a kid, listening to that. You're like, okay, go on. First you had my interest, now you have my erection. Thank you very much, teacher. Or there's this guy that made a very insane temple. He went insane, killed all his sons in the process to make the challenges and puzzles and stuff. Like, see, as a kid, what will you do in that situation? Do the attack. Not that one. Okay, that one as well. So for this one, you want to climb the wall. Boom, 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 boom. That is the best thing you can do. Which is a really neat punish that I found out on my own, which is hella fun to find things out on your own. And then Big V evaluated the run and he was like, this is a really nice thing that you found out. We've been using it for like the past 10 years. And you're smacked back to reality. Snap back to reality. Whoops, there goes Rabbit. There it is. Die! I wasted that other magic. I could have used it on top of Gaia's head. It is what it is, though. It's good. The streak is still... Actually, the streak is over. I did fail. Fuck! I failed one of my OHKOs against Poseidon. Come on! Okay, let's separate the categories for this one. I failed against Poseidon, granted, but it was the QT at the very end. So I still haven't failed against this actual boss fight here. So there's that. What will you do in 1 vs 200 kids situation? Flash attack. Deep questions like these just keep me up at night. That's why Kratos warns every enemy in God of War and Ragnarok, now that he is in his senses. See, yeah, getting a healthy night's sleep. You're bound to act better. And I keep getting reminded of my failures.
My vengeance.
You passed the sit-down kid check. There was no such thing as Pandora's Temple hanging on Kronos' back in somewhere called Deserts of Lost Souls in actual Greek mythology. It is all suited for the game. Yeah, but still, there are stuff in the Greek mythology that you wouldn't be interested in as a kid. Or some stuff that are flat out not allowed to be said to kids. There it is. I was just talking about how I have never failed against Poseidon, and I literally failed just as I said that. Spoke too soon. Shitty hitbox instance. Honestly, yeah, that was a shitty hitbox for the first time in my life. All my life. Like, I've never been hit with that lightning attack. I know the pattern. I know what he does. That was weird how I got hit back there. PR to the ER. Poseidon's Rage. That's a weak ass Poseidon's Rage. How did you get damage? So he does that attack where he has 3 spots on top of guy's head where he does the lightning attack. He does Poseidon's Rage. So 1 at the start of the head, near the forehead, 1 in the middle, 1 at the very end, near the hair. And I basically know what to do. I just got out of the way and I still got hit. You gonna teach the kids that Zeus R-worded a lady as a goose? Yeah, see how insane that is? And even if you don't teach that, like even if you just talk about the mythology like in Disney style, if you watch the movie of Hercules, that's one thing that is gonna hella catch your interest as a baby. But explaining? Come on. Explaining as a teacher? You have to be really, really interesting. You have to be a teacher that all the kids love. We all had that teacher, right? Where he had leeway and wasn't as asshole-ish as other teachers. But yeah. Zesty, it is actually scientifically proven that if you don't sleep, you become selfish and angry. You don't need to tell me that, man. This is all about the psychosis thing. And to that I say, imagine what Kratos and Guts had to go through. Especially Guts. Guts went on for 2 years not getting a proper night's sleep. Just always interrupted, or some nights, literally nights, never sleeping. It's insane. And a night's sleep is very, very important. It's way too different than a daytime sleep. I'm gonna teach them how the Minotaur was born. The Minotaur was born. I kind of remember it being sketchy, but I don't remember exactly how. But I get your point. It's another twisted thing about Greek mythology. It's not just that the idea is not that Greek mythology shouldn't be taught. Is that some things are just not taught to you as a kid because you wouldn't be interested in them as a baby. Not a baby, but a kid. It's the same thing with people who just get to 9 to 5s. They're totally not ready. They're just not ready for what they're in for. Zesty is either very sleepy or high as fuck. No, I'm just having a lot of fun streaming this. It's always fun talking to you guys. A Minotaur and woman kissed in a cow. Fuck no. Speed Martyr is speedrunning Ragnarok. How much of determination that one needs. Nah, I've talked to the man. He says he enjoys speedrunning Ragnarok. For whatever reason. Like, how do you stand Ironwood, man? How do you stand all the sections that I can think of on top of my head right now? Dante is into hibernation after not properly sleeping for 2 months. That's basically Dante for you. Sleep is just required. I hate sleeping. You know, of course, it's a concept, so I can't be like, I'm not gonna sleep. It is a needed thing. You can't go on without sleeping. I'm just like, you know, a lot of time is wasted while I'm asleep. I could have done a whole lot of things while I was asleep. But no, I just slept and did nothing. It's necessary, of course. That's why we do it. Guts is also becoming physically weak due to the Berserker armor. Now that's a whole other subject. We're talking about a man's actions. Fuck you doing this in the middle. Actually, fuck me for not knowing how to deal with this while you do it in the middle. Where did that Minotaur come from? Oh no. Just stop. I don't know, and I don't want to know. Sure, it's some twisted shit. Die. Sleeping is necessary, bro. Yeah, it's necessary. Of course it is necessary. And imagine not getting a proper night's sleep. It's also not just that, it's fighting all the monsters, it's seeing all the insane things in the world. It's all the torture. I'm not justifying Kratos' actions in God of War 3 because, yo, bro, you never got enough sleep. That's why he's doing this. And basically justifying every horrible shit that he does. It's not the point. It's also all the years of torture that the man had to withstand. So it's not easy. God, I love the colors in here. In here, the art style pops. And the Great War is just a whole lot of beautiful colors and vibrancy going on. Poseidon wants Minos to kill a white bull. Minos didn't feel like it. Poseidon makes Minos' wife fall in love with the bull. She asks Icarus to make a cow for her to get run through by the bull. To get ran through by the bull. Oh my god. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Go on. Minos committed the classic blunder. What is your favorite Batman movie? The Batman 2022. Which we're getting the suit. Hey, gang. We're getting the Batman suit in Arkham Knight soon. Isn't that something? Who went through more pain, Kratos or Virgil? We saw Kratos suffer though. Then again, it's not determined by you only seeing something happen. Like one could suffer and you could never see it and you know the suffering. I don't know really. I guess Kratos. Kratos went through more suffering. I'm sure Virgil had a lot to suffer through. Like he lost his family as a kid, disappeared into the night, lost shadows left behind, yada yada yada. But then again, Kratos went through that and then more. Granted, Virgil did go through that and then more as well. Like he basically grew up alone and the whole debacle with dying and never being able to surpass Dante in DMC 3, the prequel. Then dying and meeting Mundus, if you will. Dying to him too and getting turned into Nero Angelo, which I know what you guys are gonna make out of Nero, especially Haristos. So shut up, please don't. I'm off. Good luck. Take care, fam. No funny references. We winning. Yeah, this time it is what it is. I'm not gonna do the same shit. And so yeah, he turns into Nero Angelo, fights his brother, loses again, sees the amulet. All of that is suffering. Almost clapped me with that. How rude. And then again, he later comes back after losing so much, and after Mundus is dead, Virgil is free from his grip, and he's back to being Virgil, but he lacks power. Just haunted by trauma. I'm sure you guys have watched the video where he does a deep dive into Virgil's life. So yeah, Virgil goes through a lot, but let's cover what Kratos goes through. So, loses his brother as a baby. And I basically have to focus here. I can't really talk so much. But we all know the story, right? Like, he loses his brother as a baby, gets hit by Ares right in the square jawline. Is a Spartan general that was almost killed by his rival, sells his soul to a god of war, kills his own family. Dark shit, gets covered with the ash of the said dead family. Like, man, who kills their own family? Like, that's some fucked up psychotic shit. It's just a Greek tragedy. Like, what else can I describe? Keeps on getting tortured and losing people. He lost all the Spartans. Got betrayed multitudes of times. It never ended. It kept happening somehow. My breath attack is stronger, bitch. This attempt I'll get to Hades. I hope I can get to Hades. By Hades, I just mean the underworld, not even Hades himself. I've been doing bad on today's OHKOs. Focus, Zesty, focus on this one. We got him. The next thing that we have to focus heavily on is Poseidon. I just don't have the job there. And they say why he killed that woman, Lamau. He goes through a whole lot of shit that you can't fathom. He definitely suffers more than Virgil. Like, what else? It never ended. He met up with his brother again. Lost that said brother. He killed his own mother. What else? Oh my god. The entire Zeus betrayed him. Like, you can just keep going on. Gaia betrayed him. Every ally he's had betrayed him. He lost all the Spartans. He accidentally killed his best Spartan. Like, imagine if that man lived. That motherfucker had potential. That would have been the next Kratos. See, this is the thing that Zeus feared so much. That's exactly why Zeus destroyed Sparta. He's like, Kratos was a Spartan. And he turned into the champion of the gods. And he was basically able to best everything. He killed Ares. I'm much better off destroying Sparta just to be safe. Just to make sure not another Kratos comes out. Bro kills his wife and child and people are mad over killing a god's wife. Like, he did so many horrible things. Bro, you Turkish? No. If one of these guys swung and actually ended the run, that would have been funny. That would have been funny as fuck. Poseidon, here I come. No more fills this time, lads. The last Spartan tanked Zeus Lightning and went toe to toe with Kratos. He didn't just tank Zeus Lightning. A whole building crumbled on top of him. Man just came out on the other side safe. What happened was a huge lightning strike hit. Like, that was a direct hit. Right on top of him. And he survived it. He fell down. And then Zeus stomped the ground right next to him. And he didn't die from the knockback. A building crumbled on top of him. And he still survived. You kind of see why Zeus was afraid of the Spartans. Like, you have a city with so much potential. It's scary. It's literally scary. Zeus had every kind of brain cell to destroy Sparta. It wasn't, hey, as the reviewers like to put it, yo, this guy just destroyed Sparta because whatever, let's piss off the main character even more, am I right? Like, no. There are a whole lot of reasons. Sparta is just a city full of strong people. You're kinda underestimating the premise here. Last Spartan surviving Zeus wiping out Sparta, and then Zeus again in Rhodes. Yes! He survived the blast from the Blade of Olympus. That thing destroyed two entire armies. Like, I totally forgot about that. And then he he put up a good fight against Kratos. Can't forget that. Got a little greedy there, but it is what it is. Pretty good. This time I'm not gonna waste magic. I'm gonna use it to tank through Poseidon's Rage on top of Gaia's head. Attaboy. Grab his ass. Hit his ass. And hit his heart. Did Salt Factory say that? I can't remember. A lot of reviewers said that. You know, they just threw a jab at the whole Zeus destroying Sparta thing. It's very subtle, that's the thing. It's like, even I never understood it as a kid, but when I grew up, I was like, huh. Of course he would do this. Like, for the longest, I was like, Zeus is so villainous. He destroyed Sparta. But I never was like, yeah, let's piss off Kratos even further. It's far deeper than that. The man was just acting smartly. Possibly the sanest thing Zeus ever done was exactly that. About God of War, in the OG God of War, for the weapon, they mainly focus on having the weapons look cool and not be practical. Hold on, I'm gonna read that in a second. Because you're kinda wrong. If you use the weapons, you wouldn't kinda say that. Mainly focus on having the weapons to look cool and not be practical, while the new God of War does focus on being practical and looking cool. You're wrong though. You haven't used the weapons in the right way. Like, you haven't seen me use the Barbarian Hammer or the Spear of Destiny. You haven't seen me or, you know, the professionals use the Blade of Artemis. You haven't seen me use Nemean Cestus, Nemesis Whip, Claws of Hades. They're not just looking cool. Especially when you talk OG God of War. I'm sure you mean God of War 1 and 2, in which case you're hella wrong. Like, there are reasons why the Spear of Destiny is my favorite secondary in God of War. There's no such thing as, yo, have y'all ever noticed that the old God of Wars only made the weapons to look cool and not be practical, while the new one makes them practical and cool? There's no such thing. Is this the God of War 4? Kratos is like he was in God of War 1, but more calm and sensible. I actually like the character in God of War 4 so much. Because, yeah, you're right. He's just so, I don't know, cunning, I guess. Stunning young man. He's God of War 1 Kratos, but a little more under control. My favorite is still God of War 1 though, since he loses control from time to time. He loses himself. He gets reminded of the old shitty things he used to do and all that. Still does horrible things when he has to. Don't leave the fucking controller here, Zesty. Now we're good. Right in the ass. The eyes. Give him the kiss of goodnight. There was the thumbs of goodnight. So, let's talk about something. Attack on Titan is gonna end in 6 days. Officially. Attack on Titan. The final part. Part 2 of 2. Part 2. Now, for real, it's gonna be over. I did read the manga though, so I kinda know what happens. I, however, do wonder what they're gonna do in the anime. I don't know if they're gonna change the ending. I'm sure they're not gonna change the ending, as in change, big change. Just might add some elements, remove some shitty elements. Who knows? I personally like the ending. You'll see it when it happens. I think he's even better than God of War 1, honestly. His character in God of War 4 is very, very good. Again, I wouldn't say better than God of War 1. God of War 1's character is just him with a look of despair throughout the game. I love so much about it. It's like when he makes it to Ares, he's not there like, I'm here to kill you, screams, gets angry. No, just calmly puts out a Zeus bolt, brings down the box, opens it, just negotiates with the man that ruined his life. He's like, what the fuck did you do to me, man? For real, he just negotiates with him. Pulls out the blades, just talks so sensibly. It's amazing. Zesty God of War 4 really did redeem Kratos as a character. Kind of, yes, but you're gonna have to really dive deep and try to convince people that he's kind of redeemed himself. It's like, explain this to a stranger. A man destroyed an entire planet, basically. And now he has a son and he's good. See, the premise is kind of full of shit. Like, no one would buy into that. Like, even the Norse mythology themselves, everyone was like, you destroyed a pantheon because they hurt your feelings. Just shit like that. When it's far deeper than that. Did you die, Zesty? I died many times. Kinda weird how some Attack on Titan fans are extremely edgy and tell you to move on. That they also don't want the series to end. Of course, doesn't apply to everyone, but yeah. It's kinda with a lot of fandoms. God of War 1 Kratos is just trying to get redemption. He's just trying to sleep. Under the Mayo put it well in that one video he made, where Kratos is just trying to rest. I'm kinda happy it is ending because Mappa really milked the series with multiple parts and now specials. Good things must come to an end. It's kinda sad nowadays that things never end. Like Dragon Ball will basically never end. It is what it is, just the way with things. It's the same with a lot of things. What do you think about the God of War 2 soundtrack? It's the best. God of War 2 has the best soundtrack in all of God of War for me. Thor's, when you think about it, God of War 1 Kratos. Quite the opposite. Thor is God of War 3 Kratos. I'm sure he was slaughtering titans around the same time Kratos was slaughtering the gods of Olympus. I'm back. You're back at a good spot. This is the first time we make it to Hades today. With the lighting. Oh my god, so good. Hades we go. Yeah, Hades we go, true gamer. God of War 2 slaps. It has the best soundtrack, man. I'm back and you already died multiple times, yes. How long have I been streaming? An hour and a half? An hour and a half. Around an hour and a half. I almost said Howard. He just wants the nightmares to end. He just wants the nightmares to end indeed. God of War soundtrack is out of this world. Insane, yes. Very unique. Just like very, very unique in the genre that it's in. Or in gaming as a whole, I don't know. Still kills innocent cities and the captain on purpose. I mean, killing the civilians is all the player's choice, really. And the captain is not a innocent motherfucker. The guy, for whatever reason, trapped that family with a lot of undeads in that room. I'm not so sure about the lore, but I think there was that one time Kratos and his army needed water. Kratos talked to the boat captain. The boat captain declined. Kratos forever held a grudge against him. That's why when he took the key, he says, I didn't come back for you. Took the key. That captain was an asshole. For first, not giving water when he had position of water. Second, for trapping that family in the docks right before climbing the net. The civilians getting clapped is all up to the player, yeah. Why isn't the captain an innocent? He's not an innocent. He's an asshole. Killing civilians, +5 red orbs and health. Does it give +5 red orbs in God of War 1 though? You gotta have over 10 hits. Then you can hypothetically farm grabs. Cage push. Oh, that one. The Athenian. He had no other choice though. That's the thing about God of War 1's sacrifice that makes it the most sensible. It's still horrible, but it still served to kind of get him forward in his goal. It is said the most gods of Norse are stronger than Greek gods, but Kratos has become too overpowered, so now people think Norse gods are weaker. When is it said, man? When is that implied? Like, I didn't see strength like Zeus, or magic like Hades, or just, I don't know. I did see insane things like Thor was very strong. Odin was also very strong. Although I doubt he was stronger than Thor. And then you have Kratos. Who's stronger than Kratos? You have bitches like the Sisters of Fate in here. You don't have that in Norse. This has nothing to do with old God of War, by the way. I'm just saying. You have guys like, I don't know, fucking Kronos. Slow-mo. Body slam. Body slam 2.0. It's a utilitarian sacrifice, not out of spite. See, yes. Actually, I have a question. The guy that Kratos puts into the Crusher in God of War 2, what was he? Was he a Spartan? Was he a Rhodian? Was he an Athenian? I think he was a Spartan. And Kratos was just angry that he kind of talked all that shit. Why does our god struggle? And Kratos just recognized the smell of that fucking snitch. I do dislike how in Ragnarok they made the Blades of Chaos R1 finisher slower than it was in God of War 4. Knockback just comes out like 2 seconds later or so. Oh, where he kind of makes the little cross. Sure. I mean, you can prefer the Blades from God of War 4 and I'd say fair. Would I say fair? It's kind of a mixed bag. I said the YouTuber word, mixed bag. Huh. Hello, fellow Ninja Gaiden 2 enemy. This game never gets old. Never. Remember, Soul does 0 damage. Yeah, it does 0 damage. Imagine you die the same death as yesterday. Let's get there and see. This is a huge run killer right here. But we'll see. Let's try to manage at least. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go forward. Kill. Alright, it's whatever. That guy's gonna whiff. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Works every time. 24/7. open the chest too. Sure, I want to play rough. Whatever. Fuck you guys. I'm not about to get grabbed by someone, man. I don't know if Kratos was aware of it, but technically that guy he put into the crusher was just momentarily. Time travel? What do you mean time travel? I kinda don't understand. I don't know what he was. Was he a Spartan? Was he something else? By the way, the damage I took back there was kind of forced. Nothing you can do about that damage. Oh no, sir. You ain't grabbing no one. Nice kill. We will see. You said this the last time you arrived to Hades. I learned, man. I learned that that attack is a double hit. Like if I die against Hades for a whole other reason, like getting kind of cornered or whatever, that's a whole different thing than yesterday's stream. So let's see how far we get this time. I'm glad we're actually past the prologue, because we've been seeing the prologue for an hour. And it's just me kind of botching things. Just me playing dumb. Otherwise I got the prologue kind of nailed down. Just joined, did you die by any chance? No. Why would you say that? Why God of War 4 didn't have any 6 minigame? Was it because of the cancel culture? The game's mature. The games are mature, bro. Trust me. That is the reason. On God, for real, for real. Hold on, let me just fix something real quick. There we go. Kind of disconnected my phone from the charger back there. Zesty, evolve your blades. No can do. Takes 4,000 orbs. I don't have 4,000 orbs.
Be more careful.
Norse doesn't have much sex. They never do. They're all virgins. People in the chat need to get a girl, lol. A girl? You mean those exist? The degeneracy is completely off the roof. Oh God, for real, no cap, straight up. Yeah, man. Imagine when Dante pulls up to the chat today. I'm sure he's gonna pull up right as I enter the room where we fight Hades in. And I'm gonna lose right as he whoa, man, what is this power? Hold up. I'm back. I hope I didn't fail the QTE. Good. I thought I failed the QTE back there, because I pressed the button right as the power shut down. And I was kind of afraid that the PS5 didn't catch my input. If people call Kratos weak, then you're not a gamer. Because it's kind of objectively wrong to call the man weak. I don't need girls, I need God of War 3 with proper grab detection. Alright, the grab detection is not that horribly bad. It's just the auto-lock that messes it up sometimes, and Orion's harpoons don't connect.
Gained the bow of Apollo. Its fiery arrows will clear your path.
Otherwise, the grab detection is awesome. Girls aren't real? Nope, they aren't. Chat, pray for Zesty's power. Power! It's fine, I do have a power supply thing. It's just annoying when it just goes out. South Park made fun of Kathleen Kennedy and she's so triggered about it. So, like, why aren't you proud when South Park makes fun of you? Like, it's just such a moment when they do. Does God of War 3 have alternate Orion harpoon? Only on the Harpies. And only with the Blaze of Exile. It's useless regardless. It's good to create a buzz in the arena. Everyone is spread wide open and whatever. But that's about it. Like, collisions don't scale in this game to really do that thing and have it be practical. He's so weak. We're approaching the trials and this should be good. How much does the PS3 cost in Iraq these days? I'd say $40. I'm dead ass. $40 max. You could get a PS3 Slim, 160 gigabytes, jailbroken for $40. I don't give a fuck. I'll buy as many PS3s as I can until they give me God of War. I don't care. What would make God of War 3 much better? What would make God of War 3 much better? Obviously, collisions scaling with difficulty. Tweaking Scorpius. Adding a cutscene skip. Adding a proper new game plus. Fucking more costumes, man, because why not, right? More costumes wouldn't hurt. Just tweak the stats as much as you want. Just make it playable, weird. Like, I love Apollo's costume, right? You deal half damage, they deal half damage. I love Fear Kratos, which is basically the Zeus armor from God of War 4, for those of you who don't know. Do you advise me to get one? Why not get one? If you want to play God of War 1, 2, 3, Ghost of Sparta, Chains of Olympus, and Ascension, that is the best way. Other than 3, where you can play it on PS4 and 5 on the remastered, with photo mode, with all the costumes, the challenges DLC, and it runs at a smooth 60, never dropping. Not that it drops on PS3. I don't ever slightly remember it dropping on PS3 at all. You think God of War 3 is better than 2, or do you just like it more? I generally think it is better. Like, I've described before what I like so much about it. No need to dive way too deep into that. I might make a video why God of War 3 is my favorite God of War. And yeah, it has nothing to do with feelings or whatever. I generally just believe it's better. That's just how it is. Are you able to use the Blades of Chaos like Kratos can? Because I can. I have shared the story of me using 2 bottles as the blades as a kid. I strapped 2 pieces of, not pieces, just 2 ropes that can extend. I don't know what they're called in English. And I would basically use them as the blades. Zesty, don't fail the trials. Thanks for the pro tip. I was about to fail them. Oh my god. I'm at the safe spot. Got over 3 FPS on the PS3, drops a lot. Does it though? I can't quite remember it dropping so much. Damn, that's crazy. See, this is the safest spot. Just use plumes to get rid of the hands. You do not want to catch these hands like Haristos did. Absolutely cannot. Okay, are they infinitely spawning? Hold on, I'm gonna allow them to grab some more of these civilians. These guys are infinitely spawning. I think now we're good. Now they're not gonna infinitely spawn. Yeah, now we're good. Why increase health when it's OHKO? Eventually, when my health is completely maxed out, all the orbs will give us red orbs. All the chests will give us red orbs. God of War 2 has the most enemies and boss variety, so that's why it's my favorite. I totally understand it if anyone says God of War 2 is better than 3, or 1 is better than 3, or whatever you feel like. The trilogy is just so good. Let's focus on this trial, because it can get hectic with that Minotaur. Now we got him in the loop. Boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, lift his ass up. He's dead. Morpheus clears. Yes, he does. Are you planning to make videos? Yeah, kind of. Oh no. This thing kind of went south. Okay, we're safe, we're safe. Okay, give me some room to breathe. So the plan is to injure her. There you go. Now she can beam me all she wants. I can fix her. Now we wait for her to de-stone herself. Now we grab her. No thanks, bro. And this encounter is done. This is a really, really nice strategy. I learned it from Haristos. More harpies. Don't have my headphones on, so if a harpy is off screen, please show yourself. We're done. Gorgon somehow managed to miss there. Nobody wants a game with Atreus as the main character. I swear, not even the people who adore Atreus might want that. It's like, you don't... Be careful what you wish for, seriously. I don't care if Jacksepticeye really thinks a moment is adorable. If he gets bored while playing a game, he will realize, okay man, I love this story and all that, but come on. Nicely done, Zest. Thank you. Hell yeah. Thank you. That's my boy. Thank you. GG Zesty, y'all need to stop. Huge bruv, y'all really have to stop now. OG God of War games punish you for getting creative. Yeah, tell that to Cactus. Thanks for putting it in quotation marks. Not nobody, but not most people. I guess that's fair. I can't say absolutely no one. Because I'm sure they would refine the combat to the point where it's fun, even for a guy like me, right? I saw a post by, I don't know who it was on Twitter. And he said something about Sony games passing the torch. Like as in Peter Parker passing the torch to Miles Morales. And I'm like, isn't that a comics thing? It's not like PlayStation chose that. And it's not a passing the torch thing. There's still a whole bunch of Peter Parker stories out there. It's called God of War, not God of Boy. I'm glad they said something, and I hope they stay with their word when they say this. And it's that when they said God of War is Kratos. There will be no God of War if there is no Kratos. Evolve your blades. I still need 800 more orbs. Santa Monica literally wanted to kill Kratos off for Ragnarok. They didn't do it. That's what matters. I don't care what they planned. And I know what you're talking about. It's sort of misleading, you know? You're right, but you're kind of phrasing it wrong. Break, damn it. The idea was kill Kratos at the start of the game. Then play as Atreus for I don't know how long. Then he gets reunited with Kratos after some years. Insane stuff, I'm telling you. So Kratos fights his way out of Helheim somehow. The passing the torch thing is bullshit. We'll see. There is no such thing as passing the torch to Atreus proper. No. Kratos has all the women. Why would he use it? The only thing that could carry an Atreus game would be the story, but I doubt that Sony Santa Monica could do that. Sure, they can do a story game, but one good enough to carry Atreus gameplay? For how much I hate Atreus, I think we should all kind of agree that they might have done more if it was a game completely dedicated for Atreus. They're all dead. They deserve to. What would the Twinks game be about? No, they can find a whole lot of things for it to be about. My biggest concern is, like... Actually, yeah, what would it be about? That's kind of fair. It's not that Kratos can't break out of hell by himself. Would have been abysmal. Would have been awesome. I don't care enough to speculate. See, like... Same. Maybe if he goes through a phase where he's as outrageous and insane as Kratos, that could help. You know, making a game in the old style of God of War, but you're playing as Atreus. He has chained weapons just like Kratos. The thing is, we're not talking about a Japanese dev that can get that silly. Like, this is Sony. No silliness here, son. Kill this rat for real. It can actually get me killed here. This rat was specifically and intricately put here by Zeus. the Haristo strat. Because why not? I had a story only relying on emotions. Yeah. They're gonna have to really cook with this one. What are your thoughts on the rumored Fae game? It's kind of the same thing. Is it gonna feature Kratos? I'm sure it's gonna be a prequel before she ever meets Kratos. I'm sure it's gonna be interesting because they say she was insane or whatever and she fought Thor. That's at least what I heard from her stories. And you guys are kind of forgetting one thing about God of War games, and it's that they have to be God of War games. Like 4, for how much of an emotional story it is, it still has God of War elements. Big bosses to fight, hype bosses to fight, a lot of complex encounters with a lot of problems and creativity and all that. So it has to stay a God of War game. This is why, like I'm saying, an Atreus game I'm not interested in. But like, it's still gonna be a God of War game made by God of War devs. Sure, 90% of the team is gone, but the guys that are there are just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Who finna tell Zessie that Sony is a Japanese company? Sony is a Japanese company. But that's a publisher. That's a whole different story. Talking about Sony Santa Monica. That was almost my ass. You need more training. Grab that ass, boy. Boom for the ruthless kill. Next strat is grabbing this guy and running away with him. I love this. Like, I might actually make it into a commentary style video whenever I beat this on a live stream. Just to say how it all went. What to do in spots. Stairs. It's over. It's fine. No need to really use boundaries there. All they're thinking about now are sales, which is sad. Like, you can sell a very nice game, but you can also have it in mind that it can be a game, right? But they're not. They're just going with the sales, sales, sales. Like, God of War 4 came out before Devil May Cry 5. Devil May Cry 5, for how much gamey and awesome it is, only got like 5 to 6 million sales. I don't know how much. While God of War 4, a far inferior game when it comes to combat and overall game design, got 20 million sales. Insane numbers. There was not a big need to skip that last Talos. I don't really care that much about him now. OHKO, getting hit restarts the game. Thanks for clarifying, Haristos. That's what every company thinks about, guys. Sure, yes, yes. Every company should think about that. This is business. They have to sell products. But you can also make the game design gamey. You can also make the game's combat good. Which they checked some boxes, but not all. Like, the game design is trash. Just trash. Is it same for Dragon Ball? Dragon Ball now, yes, it's the same. Like, I think they've stated that they're doing this to sell more toys. Toei is just that weird. Whoever owns Dragon Ball now, I don't know, is just weird. Like, how do you cut corners on the most iconic anime in the history of anime? How do you cut corners on that? I don't understand. Like, a defined shonen. The Super Saiyan transformation alone defines what transformations are nowadays. How do you come back after 16 years or whatever? They came back strong with Beerus' movie. Hell, Beerus himself. Interesting character, interesting premise, interesting a lot of things. Super Saiyan God. Then the thing started. I guess they saw Goku with a red hair sell like hot cakes, and they're like, oh, these toys be selling. And they just made a blue hair Goku and the blue hair Vegeta and the Frieza, a character you knew for so many years, but yellow. And then came Kaioken Goku. Just colors, colors, colors. Motherfucker, dodge again. Whereas old Dragon Ball used to get made for money, of course, but there was a lot of passion dripping from it. Not saying there's not passion in current God of War. Like, there's obvious passion. Cory Barlog, I love the man. Like, he kept the game gamey, but still fumbled the bag with the game design. That is just forced upon. I'm sure it's just at this point it's just forced. Like, how can you repeat that and worse? It's like that's where the flaws of Eric came out. Eric's been with the God of War game franchise longer than you guys can ever know. He's been there since the first game.
Kratos?
A combat guy. Love the guy. Him, Derek, these guys basically made up the foundation of God of War.
Everyone knows who you are. Everyone is afraid of you.
There are reasons for that.
I'm not afraid of you.
It is good you're not afraid, child. Fear is a heavy burden.
I'm not a child, Kratos.
But then he kind of showed his skills at being a director and just how hard it is. The man just
Kratos, please.
couldn't
I
handle
need you to
it
free
the
me.
best way.
The quest
Like you saw, I'm not even talking about the tone. I'm just talking game design. For everyone in here, I'm sorry this turned into another rant about Ragnarok stream. But it is what it is.
The blade of Olympus. Let the rage of Sparta fuel your blade.
Hey, this is nice. Just using Inferno and then Battering Ram. So they might burn each other. And I'm kind of wrecking them apart. And that's this encounter. Imagine if I sent his ass out with that attack. With this air grab. Just stab him and throw him down, dunk him. Even God of War 3 combat is directed by Eric. Directed is a wrong word, though. Like, I guess it was led by these guys. I'm not sure. That was the first time I've ever seen an Orion Harpoon fail like that. Oof, that arrow would have hit me actually. That would have been my ass back there. Let's go. Hard encounter. So yeah, let's get back to my subject. Eric is a combat guy, so he didn't really know much about handling walkie-talkies in the best way. Didn't know when was enough, basically. And so it kept happening. I'm sure he thought about Atreus, and then the story department came in, was like, we need some character development here, and he's a combat guy, he doesn't know how to handle Atreus. Like, you never know how hard a director's job is. It is way harder than it looks, I'm sure. That's the case with every job that you're kind of far from getting to. I hope everyone who has a dream to become a director, I hope you do get to be a director one day. Just know that it's not as easy as it looks. Not that it looks easy. But you know. Ragnarok for me just showed that Eric is good at combat, but game design as a whole, the man sure knows about great game design, but like, how do you juggle a franchise that's swept away so much like that? It's just hard. Okay, let's deal with this encounter for now. Let's focus. Safety first and foremost. Almost got clapped with that one back there. That could be a viable strat. Triangle, roll backwards, just spam both. Like this. That's how you maximize damage on this fool. My hand is sweating so hard. I hope I can make it to Hades and actually beat him. Like this. Boom, roll backwards, hit him with a bunch of bows. Come here. Friendly fire was about to be your doom. I haven't failed a single time against these servers, fellas. When I was practicing, I thought they might prove to be a run killer, but not really. They're not. Corey Barlock 2 was initially a lead animator, but he blew it out of the park when directing God Over 2. So there are cases where changing a director has worked well. I'm sure. I'm just saying that Eric, sorry, couldn't handle it too well. Like, the game's game design is just bad. And I'm sure it's not all Eric's fault. Let's not say that. You never know what happens in game development. One department in the game development studio, whatever. One department might say, we need this part for exposition. This part for exposition. Some big lead, some big head in the Sony publishing scene might come in and say, make the characters talk all the time. There's a lot of psychological shit going on there. Like, these guys make games that are, they have to have a lot of things in mind. This game has to be accessible. This game has to have a segment like this. This game has to have 50 segments where they climb and talk. This game has to have 50 segments where they do this. There has to be a combat encounter right here. So it's just kind of hard to juggle all that. And you get a game that is not so focused. Like, when a game company just grows too big, it's kind of what happens. Not all the time, but that's what happened with Sony. With Sony Santa Monica, sorry. Like, they gotta keep a lot of things in mind. Like, someone thinks of a really cool combat scenario. Someone else thinks of like 20 other cool combat scenarios, right? But it doesn't matter when the game design doesn't really complement all that. Okay, no one's left. I really like today's chat. I'm sorry I haven't been focusing so much, because I have to focus on the game. in game design, you have to have a lot of things in mind. Puzzles are only mildly interesting if you integrate them into combat. Otherwise, they may as well not exist. True, to some extent. Not all puzzles are kind of bad. You never know when you get fatigued. Like, there are certain types of fatigues that you don't feel. It's all psychological and it's all in the mental. Nice ring out. Hey. Let's farm us some red orbs, cause why not?
Let the rage of Sparta fuel your blade, Kratos.
Let's farm some red orbs, baby. The game development is about a team, not a director. But the director plays a huge part. He's the one making decisions. And then again, I'm not blaming it on Eric fully. Not at all. You can't blame it on Eric. You can't blame one game's downfall on a director. You never know how stressful it is to be a director. Noise ring out. So this ring out causes the enemy to fall here and you can infinite hit him. So that's pretty cool. The game does realize that you broke the game though. So what it does is the hit counter never drops. So you can't really stay here and max out your weapons. I can't have unlimited orbs. Someone in the chat said Bull just waits for the OS to die. Yeah. Like, look at the hit counter. The game knows you kind of broke the system. And so it doesn't allow you to reset back to 0 to gain 1000 orbs, 1000 hits again for all the orbs. I'm doing all this to gain more orbs. Like 800 hits is 80 orbs. Omnipotent. We're about to make it to Hades. My revenge ends now. Unless I die to the Harpies. The Harpies are about the next challenging encounter in here. That's all powerful. 100 red orbs. And the brutal kill. Watch the game crash. Which if it crashes, I'm just gonna load up the save data since that's gonna be unfair. And even more orbs. Nice. He came up with Dropney Spear, but he didn't come up with the Elemental Siphon. He would mainly talk about how people brought ideas to him. Again, game development. I'm not blaming Eric for the whole thing. 1k and it's over. Don't you usually get more orbs for 2000 hits, 3000 hits? Or is it just this one case where you don't get extra orbs? Extra chips. Extra bang for my money. Red orbs, am I right? Yes, you're right. What if game crashed? Can Zesty continue as usual? I'm sure I should be able to just load up an autosave and just keep up with my day. Like, that's something unfair. That's not even a death. The run didn't hypothetically end. Did they give reason why Corey didn't direct God of War Ragnarok? They have a tradition where they switch directors for every game. I think that can both be a blessing and a curse. Like, look at God of War 1 and how good it was. They switched the director to Corey Barlog, and look at how good God of War 2 was. God of War 3 was directed by Stig Asmussen. And look at how great God of War 3 is. Granted, A lot of God of War 3 was still kind of directed by Corey, but then Corey left halfway, or not even halfway. I don't know where he left. What am I doing? I killed that harpy with a battering ram. What is this, man? Interrupt his ass. Dead. Everybody's dead. Let's go. Let's go. We're doing really good. We're doing really good. Now there's one more encounter that can be sketchy. Define sketchy. I'll allow continuation in case of a crash. See? Thank you. Because it's not really me dying. It's not, you know, me falling somewhere, taking a hit or whatever. It still sucks since it's technically kicking me out of the game. The BR recovery almost failed us there. Nah, we had room to escape. Multiple directors can cause continuity issues. Trust me, it can cause multitudes of issues. It's just that sometimes it's actually a blessing. Changing a director just to see the vision of another director that also worked on the game prior. Like Corey Barlog, I think he designed a lot of things in God of War 1. Like the Blade's movement, I think. Or Kratos' design. Can't quite... not Kratos' design. I'm sure it wasn't Kratos' design. But he was just as big of a contribution to Kratos' character or to God of War as David Jaffe. On God, for real, for real. Is the Inferno effect active for the Harpies? I think it is, but it's very light. It's not like the undeads running at each other. How many Harpies are there, man? There's still a couple of Harpies hiding. Or at least it might be one, I don't know. I don't have my headphones on, hold up. I still can't hear anything through my laptop, man. Not too concerned about Hades, you should be fine. You are familiar with the OHKO approach, correct? Yes, I am. No one? Alright. No more surprise harpy. By the way, I can use the abuse with the photo mode, correct, Zimnas? Just harder to see when they aren't clustered together. Okay, so the Inferno is active on Harpies. Upgrade the bow. Nah, I decided to keep the upgrades level 3 blades. Why upgrade the bow? I'm just still gonna push for level 3 Blades of Exile. It's better. I'm your new subscriber and I still have this game on my PS3. Welcome to the stream then. You are officially one of us. First try to beat the game whenever you get a hit, restart from your last save after you beat it, try the OHKO. I've done what you're asking for in a challenge run. Not even in vanilla. I've done it in no upgrades. It's not hard. I know this game like the back of my hand, like my name. That's not hard. What's hard is finishing it all in one segment without taking damage. Y'all like and subscribe or else Harisos will give you his best barber treatment. Actually, yeah, I'm kinda scared now. Y'all should drop a like to the stream, favorite the stream, add it to your playlist, tell it to your friends, share it to your mom. Y'all should watch it all. Could use it to assess the situation, but not to cancel animation as Findle demonstrated. See, like, why? In a challenge run, we get it. Big V didn't allow it. Why OHKO? Why normal play? Although I guess it is kinda cheating, since it's not available on the PS3. Like, if you have a PS3, you don't have photo mode, so you can't do the thing where an enemy is about to attack. You use photo mode, get him off screen, come back, and his animation is cancelled. Let's see how this goes. I can't go worse than the previous time. If you fail, remember you're only human after all. I'm only human after all. Boom, boom, bam. Let's focus. Where is Dante when you need him? Let's get hit from the double attack. No, sir. This time we blocking. Like that. Almost took that hit, thank you. We have a parry, let's not forget. Let's not forgore. I don't want to move a lot since I might get hit from this. You're a false, Hades. How much sense does it make to cheat in a self-imposed challenge? That's fair, that's also fair. That's that. We're doing good so far. Let's hope my hand doesn't slip, because my hands for some reason kind of be very careful with that stomp. Yes, the hitbox is something else. So I've heard. I'm just playing it safe with the bow. Man, I'm getting way too nervous against him. Like, I beat him yesterday. I am familiar with Vigi. So far, so good. Nah. You know, my fault there was that I'm trying to constantly parry the second hit and actually parry attack. That's what's getting me killed. Like, back there, I thought I parried that, and I saw the parry not happen, and I panicked and I died. I'll get him next time. Why? Again, this time around, my focus was stupid. It was around parrying. There are pros on doing this thing without upgrades, I swear. You're not hunting chests, you're not going for every kill, you're going for ring outs. You should have gotten away with air blocking during the 3-hit string, or at least parry it. I know what to do, man. I've beat him without taking damage. I just panicked there. Is this the end of the stream? Yes, it is. So, like, I'm perfectly fine with what to do when fighting this man. Except I'm not when under pressure in the OHKO. Like, I can prove to you that I can actually beat him without taking damage. I did yesterday. And that's actually proving I should have arrow blocked and strafe. I know. It's just that I didn't do it. Let's prove to the boys that I can do it no damage again. I might as well do this no upgrade 1+. You see, sometimes I think about that and I think that is better. I don't know, man. Should I really do this no upgrade 1+? Sometimes it's just better. Sometimes without no upgrade 1+, you don't have the thought of, hey, I have parry, I can parry him. I know you can do this, but it's not about potential, it's about realization. It's like, even I know I can do this. I'm just dying to reasons that I've never died to. Like, that back there was just me being poor on execution. Totally nothing to do with skill. Like, I know what to do. See, like, you just do this. Air block, get behind him, wail on his back. Simple as that. It's simple for me. It's not easy to actually execute. But it's simple enough for me to do. Block, block, air block, get behind him, build up your attack. Boom. A whole lot of damage outputted, safe. So what I was trying to do constantly was to actually parry like this. Boom. Cancel him out of animation. Why? Because this is a vanilla one and I have such luxury. Instead, I didn't do this. Just the optimal strat. It's fine. I'll make sure to get him in the next stream. I can prove to you guys 50,000 times that I can beat him without taking damage. And he's done. You can do this, you just have to be nervous while playing. You just have to not be nervous while playing. And it's a problem. It's like, I'm doing things and I know that I can also not do that said shitty thing that I do every time. Yet I still do it. It's like, here I am in this battle, not taking damage at all. Like, I can prove it even further and beat him again. Simple. All within the flows of zestality. And that's his phase where you're fighting him on the ground normally. Just like that. Good thing to see you work nicely the arrow block strat. I've demonstrated it countless times in the Pain Plus runs that I've done, chill streams, no grab run plus, no upgrade run plus, commentaries, and now it's like I know what works. I just don't execute it now because I'm like, yo, this is vanilla. I can just parry that attack maybe. I guess lesson learned, still go with the same strat of no upgrades rather than whatever the fuck you're trying to do, Zesty. Just sad, man. I wanted to actually beat him this time, to set a new personal best. Every stream so far, I've set a new PB. Not this stream though. This stream was a failure. I made it to the same exact spot. With no signs of actually being better. Like, I owned this man in yesterday's stream as well. I've seen you do harder things about proving anything. OHKO is a mental game too. OHKO is definitely a mental game. You constantly have it in the back of your head. I die, the whole game gets restarted. That is more riskier than, you know, doing a no upgrade run plus like my commentary. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this no damage. Why? Whatever. I'm just gonna restart the checkpoint, not take any damage. But here you constantly, it's a constant looming threat right in the back of your head. I get hit, the entire game restarts. And that's the rule. You did the best attempt yet, that's enough for today. It's a low bar. That was a very, very low bar to set. I could have at least done something else. Like get a little further in the run. And basically beat Hades. That would have been something big for tonight's stream. God, I love this boss fight. He's almost dead. This is gonna be Hades, no damage. And that's Hades. Just gotta do this. Just gotta do this in one segment. Like, I can't believe I'm fucking it up this bad. You made it farther into the fight. Oh yeah, that is a new personal best, but it's still me losing to Hades. Nothing is failures, ST. You managed to play the sections you had also done before, and you performed better. That's all that matters. Getting better, and today you did. Honestly, yeah, thank you. I'm loving the grind here. It's only a failure if you don't learn from this. Thank you. It's only a failure if I don't come back to this run and beat this shit. Play like a different man when not under pressure. Yeah, because right now, it's a psychological thing. Right now I'm playing, I'm like, I can't take hit. If I take a hit, I'm gonna be like, yo, chat, I'm sorry, I took a hit, I need to get better. Triangle, square, triangle would perform better. Got it. Thank you. But when you're playing in an OHKO, it's constantly in your brain, you can't turn it off. You're constantly thinking, I've gone this far. Imagine if I take a hit, I'm back to the start. And the stream is over. So it's like there's a lot of things at risk here when you do this like that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching today's stream. I was kind of under the weather today, but it is what it is. Every stream you get a new record. You're doing great. It's a mental game, yes. This challenge is not a piece of cake, man. It's understandable. Tell that to Dante, who said he could first try the OHKO. Like, bro, shit happens in OHKO. You never know. It is totally not possible to do this OHKO in the first try. Good night, everyone. That's a good way to end the stream. We made it to Hades again, at least. Imagine if I stayed at the prologue. That would have been horrible. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into tonight's stream. It's fine, just replay the fight multiple times. I'll get him next time. I'll make sure to get him, Haristos. The more the better, yes. Rip Dante, by the way. Yeah, he never pulled up to the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much for all the chat. Makes me happy. I was kind of not feeling it today, so thank you guys for tuning in. Good night, Zesty and chat. Thank you, Darwin. Peace.